financial planning for younger folks. My man Nate writes in. He asks if I work with younger people. And I say, yes, I absolutely work with younger people, but I do not recommend a full-fledged financial plan. That's why I emailed back to him. It's just not worth it for most younger folks, and I'll get to it here and why in just a second. An investment review is probably not a bad thing. I told him, look at your 401k, your IRAs, make sure that you're not getting hammered from a fee basis, things like that. And I certainly charge a fee for that, but not to the full-fledged financial plan. Then he said, we're good on investments. We have low-cost index funds in our 401ks and IRAs. We have some real estate, which includes individual rentals and partnerships. He has a few individual stocks. And then he asked, what would I review? And he says, it feels like the biggest areas I need help are planning issues like spending and income, life insurance, whether we need an estate plan, and tax moves now to make now or before retirement. So let's talk about for young folks what's going on here. And this is why I emailed Nate, and I'll just share it with you too. Every single person needs an estate plan. Like I said, refer to Chapter 8 of my book, The Strategic Money Planning. Was it Chapter 8? Yeah, Chapter 8 of my book, Strategic Money Planning. Every single person needs a estate plan. One drawn up from a real live estate planning attorney as well. But Josh, I can get it from whatever, Zolo or Nolo or whatever they're called. What's the other one too? I forgot. For $99. Yeah, you can. But don't get it. Pay $500, maybe $1,000 to get it from a real live attorney. And what will happen is those real live attorneys will keep it on file for you in their documents list as well. It's always a point of contact, because if was it Zolo or Nolo? What's the LegalZoom? Those guys. Who are you going to call? You're going to call a software program? You want to have someone as a backup in case something goes awry and something happens to you. So you get, Allison Bird down here is great here in Georgia, BYRD. Aaron Layman out in Virginia, ERINLAYMAN, fantastic. And off the top of my head, I can't remember a whole lot more. There's another lady here in Georgia I like a lot. She deals with divorcees and surviving spouses. Drawing a blank her name. But anyway, I used Allison Bird. I loved her. My wife loved her, so she's good. I've referred a number of people to her, and she's fantastic. The issue is that you want a backup plan if something happens to you. You want someone you can talk to for sure who knows your situation better than some stupid software program. That is a valuable asset to have. It's a valuable person to have at your side. So I'm a big fan of hiring somebody. But Josh, I don't have, it's just me and my wife. Well, this guy has individual rentals and partnerships. He needs an estate plan right there, without question. If you got real estate more than just your home, you need an estate plan, just in of itself right there. What's the liability come back to you if some drunk kid in a frat house shot up the place? Are you going to be liable for that? And what else are they going to get from you, man? Yeah, if you have property in more than one location, you need an estate plan. If you have property more than one state, you need an estate plan, without question. If you got young children, you need an estate plan. Who's going to be the guardians of those kids? Now, again, read my book, Strategic Money Planning. You'll see exactly my story and why I had to have an estate plan to make sure that if something happened to me in Charlotte, that my kids would be in the best comfort they could be. And the law of the Commonwealth of Virginia at that time was not very amenable for us, for sure. So this guy absolutely needs an estate plan. It's not debatable to me. It's just not even debatable. If you have rental properties, you need an estate plan. That's all there is to it. If you're married, filing jointly, it doesn't say married, filing jointly. If you're married and you got children, you need an estate plan. Yes, you do. There's no other way around that. Life insurance. He doesn't say how much debt he's got. And again, I always say, if you're young, you get freaking $500,000 term, 25 to 30 years, and be done with it. Josh, I only have $100,000 of debt. Don't care. Term is so flippin' cheap anymore nowadays. As long as you don't smoke, there's no reason not to have it, man. None whatsoever. Get yourself and your spouse $500,000 or $250,000 if you want. I don't care. But some amount of life insurance term that will be there for the next 20 to 25 years, and never let it expire. Never. I'm just telling you, you do. Tax moves to make now. Yeah, should he convert? I don't know. But at the end of the day, you're married. All right. As I say a million times a Sunday, you're married. That means your tax brackets are going to be higher or lower later on in life. Oh, they'll be lower because I won't be working. Yeah, and you're missing the clouds. You're missing the forest through the trees, or whatever it's called. One of you is dead. What happens to your tax bracket then? Yeah, especially with the RMDs required minimum distributions. So start taking advantage of the Roth IRA while you're young to allow that money to grow tax-free for decades, man, decades. So that's it when it comes to, now he also talked about cash flow. I can't help you there. I mean, then you got to look at, changing out the light bulbs. You want LED lights. You want to turn off the lights. Don't cook in the middle of summertime. Use go outside and cook with a stove, propane, or hot charcoal, however you do it. Obviously keep the air down to no less than 78 degrees in the summertime. Don't turn it up too high in the wintertime. I mean, all this stuff, basic stuff. But LED lights. Pay for your own. Don't dry clean as much. Try to reduce the dry cleaning. Mow your own yard. I mean, don't have your sprinklers on 5 days a week. I mean, all this stuff is basic common sense. But you got to look at it yourself. A financial planner can't do that for you because you got to find out. I like having my lawn mowed for me. Okay, that's fine. I mean, if that is something that you enjoy not doing, then that's probably money well spent for sure. I actually enjoy mowing it myself because I get podcasts on and it just gets good time to think. But you don't have to. That's fine. But a financial planner is not going to do that. So anyway, young people have a different, unique planning situation, and unfortunately, I don't think they take advantage of it that much. And there's certainly no need to pay me $2,500 to do a full-fledged financial plan. Not at all. I would tell young people at most, we can review your life insurance, we can look at your investments, but you need an estate plan for sure. All right, hope this helps. Thanks now.